welcome. Thank you all for taking time out of your days to attend today's webinar. I realize most you're all very busy, so we're going to try and get through this as fast as possible. My name is John Seforis. I am a full-time faculty member here at Hofstra Law School. I'm also the Director of Law and Technology and the Director of Distance Learning. You're going to hear from me today about the program. You're also going to hear from from Dana Vitale, who's going to talk to you about financial aid and tuition. You're going to hear from Carol Carter, who will talk to you about the application process. And I'm hoping you're going to hear from Professor Adam Khan, who teaches in the program. He's been a day one member of our program's faculty. He is also a practicing attorney. He practices in the health law field. So Adam's a great person to hear from because he's involved in the day-to-day business of health law, and he also teaches in the program. The program is titled Health Law and Policy, right? We offer an MA and an LM degree, and you might be asking yourself, well, what is a program about? Like, what would I learn? In the simplest of terms, students learn about the most important aspects of health law and the policies that are driving and shaping that space. Hofstra Law School identified a need within the profession for this program, especially in the Northeast, and launched the program in 2016. Since that time, the program has grown, both in numbers and also in substance. We're proud to, we have almost 200 of our students have graduated from the program. There are about 55 or 60 students currently enrolled in the program. And the program is, as I said, it's growing in so many ways. As we proceed through the presentation, folks, if you would like to ask a question, please raise it either in the chat or use the raise hand feature. How would I sum up the program, right? So not necessarily looking at the substance, right? But what is this program about, right? The program is really about opportunity. Giving students the opportunities to understand the implications surrounding changing regulations and laws, for example, the Affordable Health Care Act, biotechnology, abortion, women's access to health care. Health law and health policy is constantly changing. And this program gives our students the opportunity to understand those changes and to be part of those changes and really to add value to an organization by potentially being a go-to person for understanding health law. In my view and the view of the program, the most powerful tool in healthcare is the law. And by learning about it, you get to set yourself apart as someone who understands the implications surrounding changing regulations and laws. In the program, our students develop legal literacy and use it to shape the future of health law. In the past 5 years, thousands of new laws have reshaped the healthcare compliance landscape. And lawyers, as I said earlier, and healthcare professionals will understand the language of the law, the policies behind it, the culture, the climate, who understand that are key players in helping hospitals, corporations, healthcare, healthcare providers, health insurance companies, and essentially any entity that deals with healthcare. And it's my view that no other area of the law at this time offers more opportunity. And and if you doubt that, just listen to the news and listen to how much talk there is about issues related to healthcare, whether it's vaccines, vaccine mandates, abortion, genetics, pharmaceutical drugs, opioids, the price of medicine, Obamacare, I mean, that's just the tip of the iceberg, folks. Listen to the news. We're talking about, we're not just talking about health law, we're talking about current events. And there is a ton of opportunity out there for folks who understand the law behind this. So what do our students want from the program? Our students really want to enhance their careers. I sit in my position, I review all the applications. I also teach in the program, and I've gotten to know our students, right? And our students, most of them have very practical goals. They're very pragmatic. They're looking to enhance their careers. And we're going to get into it. We're going to take a bit of a deeper look in a moment at who our students are, but really they're pragmatists who are looking to enhance their careers. A lot of them are folks who they've realized, hey, healthcare, it's a growing field, it's a fluid field. I want to be part of it, right? I want to be part of the law that are the laws that are driving healthcare in this country. And when I say healthcare, again, I look at it broadly, right? Also, you hear a lot about now about a big issue is transgender rights, right? There are a lot of health law components to that. And because they're looking to enhance their career, a lot of our students look to Hofstra because we have a very big alumni network, right? Over 13,000 alumni globally, right? And that's just the law school. That's not the university, that's the law school alone. Over 150 alumni of this law school are members of the judiciary. They're sitting on the bench, they're judges. We're number 58 nationally for alumni partners at top 100 law firms. That we're talking, when we say top 100 law firms, we're talking about those large elite Wall Street law firms. We also unique in another way. We are the only law school in Nassau County, New York, and we have, our university, Hofstra University, has a partnership with Northwell. We have on campus the Hofstra Northwell School of Nursing. We have on campus the Hofstra Northwell Physician Assistant Studies program. And we also have the Donald and Barbara Zucker School of Medicine at Hofstra/Northwell. So, and because of this, because we have these physician assistant school on campus, a nursing school on campus, a medical school on campus, and a partnership with Northwell, you as a student get to benefit from all that cross-pollination, right? We have some of our faculty teach in the medical school, and there's this information sharing, this think tank that exists here at the law school, where our students get to benefit from that collaboration amongst the various schools. Also, you get to benefit from the incredible diversity. Another reason students look to Hofstra to enhance their careers. You get to benefit from the incredible diversity within not just Hofstra Law School, but especially this program, right? I'd say at least half of our students identify as minorities. At least half of our students are 40 or older. At least half of our students are women. At least half of our students reside outside of New York State. And they are professionally diverse. We have doctors, physicians assistants, nurses, pharmacists, personal trainers, social workers, folks who work in medical billing, folks who work in back offices in hospitals. We have people who work in hospitals in administrative positions, right? And so with that incredible mix of professional diversity, racial diversity, gender, and age, with that incredible mix of diverse backgrounds and life experiences, we get this incredible classroom experience where students are paired up and they get to work with each other and benefit from each other's diverse experiences as well. And it's also a place where any student should feel comfortable because there is almost always someone that they can identify with in their class. Andrew, is Adam in yet?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm here.
Okay. Okay. Very quickly, a quick overview of the program. We are an American Bar Association, ABA accredited law school. Within this program, coursework is 100% online, no campus visits. Students, you can enroll in this program, graduate on time without ever stepping foot on campus. It'd be great if you did. We'd love to meet you in person. We'd love you to share in some of the on-campus experiences, but it's not required. And if you choose not to take advantage of it, you are not at a deficit. Okay, coursework can be done 100% online. This program is designed for working people who need the flexibility of being online. You can choose from 3 start dates: fall, spring, or summer, right? So we don't follow the traditional model of you have to start in the fall. No, you can start in the fall semester, the spring semester, or the summer semester. As I mentioned earlier, professors in our program also teach in the medical school, and we offer 2 degrees: an LLM degree, right? A Master's of Law in Health Law and Policy, and that is designed for lawyers, for people who hold a law degree, whether that degree was earned, obtained in the United States or outside the United States. Those students pursue the LLM degree, the Master's of Law in Health Law and Policy. We also offer for non-lawyers the Master of Arts in Health Law and Policy. Both those are for non-lawyers, right? For the nurses, the social workers, the folks who are working in administrative positions, right? This is the degree for them. Students from both who are pursuing both degrees are mixed in the same class. Okay, they follow the same curriculum. The only difference is the students in the MA program have to take 2 foundational courses because they don't have the experience and the background with the law that the students in the LLM program have. So they take 2 foundational courses. So those students need to complete 11 courses to graduate, and that's done over 24 months. The folks in the LLM program take 2 less classes because they don't need to take those foundational classes. So for them, it's 9 classes over 18 months. And Hofstra Law has received, and no surprise to me because I think this program is terrific, a top school rating, A rating for health law. And that rating was given by Pre-Law Magazine. We awarded Hofstra Law an A rating for its health law offerings, and it's only one of 30 law schools to receive an A or A+ rating for health law. Quick look at the schedule. We start in the spring, the summer, and the fall. So for this upcoming summer, the start date would be May 2nd, and the end date would be June 19th. And the semesters are broken into, you take 2 courses per semester. There's part 1. So summer 1, you would take 1 course, and that would run May 2nd to June 19th. And then summer 2, you would take a second course, June 27th to June 14th. Your final course in the program is the capstone class. You must take that last, and that runs both. That would run, for example, summer 1 and summer 2. So each class, with the exception of the capstone class, is a 7-week course. We take 1 7-week course the first part of the semester, a second 7-week course the second part of the semester. That's the model to follow. If you stay on that schedule, you will graduate on time. And we follow that model. The dates change, but that model is repeated every semester. There's a spring 1, a spring 2, a summer 1, a summer 2, a fall 1, a fall 2. Quick look at the course offerings. Introduction to American Legal System and Health Law. That's just for the MA students. That's those 2 foundational courses. And then after that, everyone, students in the MA program and in the LLM program, take the same exact courses: Medicare and Medicaid law, bioethics in the law, medical product discovery, development, and commercialization, business transactions in healthcare, health law, public health law, policy and ethics, the ADA, statutory interpretation, representing healthcare providers, healthcare compliance, and finally, the Health Law and Policy capstone, which is a 5-credit class. Keep in mind, students, that health law is cutting edge. It's always changing, and we are constantly evaluating the curriculum and updating our courses accordingly so they reflect what is going on in the profession, right? What is going on in the world? As healthcare, health law is fluid. As I mentioned, look in the news any given day. You'll hear countless stories about health law, health care. We're on top of that, and we're updating our courses accordingly. With that, I'm going to turn to Professor Adam Kahn, who's going to talk to you briefly about his course and his experience teaching in the program. And Adam, I'll let you know because we have some of Dana's on a hard stop at 12:30. So if you could go to about 12:25, 12:26 at the latest, that would be great.
Sure, I think I can keep it relatively brief. So I'm Adam Khan. I have the pleasure to run the last class, the capstone. And the reason I say I've had a pleasure in running this class is because I get to see everybody that goes through the program. I think basically since the first course. One of the things I've tried to take advantage of in the capstone is the various experiences that everybody in the program has. So I actually really like that we combine the master's students and the LLM students together because everybody has a different experience, and that experience, personal and professional, kind of informs what we do in the capstone. So like a lot of master's programs, the capstone is really focused on the final project, the final paper is what it's ended up being. So basically what you have to do in the capstone is prepare your, it's like a well-researched paper. I give a lot of flexibility because everybody has kind of a different focus to choose your topic, as long as it relates to healthcare law, healthcare and policy. There's that legal analysis or policy component that's required. But beyond that, I try to give a lot of flexibility, and it's kind of an open topic. Also, acknowledging that everybody has a different experience, different personal and professional obligations. We need that flexibility in the program. I've tried to structure the capstone in a way that gives that flexibility. So we start off really working with exploring the topic. There are so many things that you can write about. That's what I love about the capstone. So it could be something that you've had a personal experience with that relates to health and law. So I've had a number of students write about things that are kind of personal to them. So maybe I had one student who had a child that had some mental health issues, and he had to kind of navigate through the very complex mental health system. And so really focus his paper in that area, or something professional. So I've had students who, one student was a nurse, and she was interested in nursing advocacy. So she was able to kind of write a paper about the advocacy side of nursing, dealing with regulations and kind of what voices nurses have at that table, on the regulatory side and the legislative side. So we spend the first kind of half of the course developing the research and the potential topics for the paper, so that we can move into the second part of the course, really writing the paper. I also realize that everybody has had a different experience in writing papers, especially more recently if it's been a while since you're out of school. So I try to break down the paper into more manageable components so that it really builds on itself throughout the second portion of the course. So we start with really expanding on the topic itself, defining the scope and the focus of the paper, moving on to an outline and to a draft to get to the final paper. And then I try to make myself available. So, I host my live Zoom session every week so that everybody has an opportunity to kind of join in that group to brainstorm. And then I spend the first few weeks talking about whatever my students that semester need to know. So that could be some additional tips on researching, using Westlaw, citations, whatever it is that the students express to me that they need. I'll spend some time working on in those Zoom sessions, which of course we record for anybody to be able to watch afterwards. And then I continue to host those Zoom sessions kind of like in office hours, so that I always know, and my students know, I'm available, at this time. You can just pop in if you want to. And because my course is not as substantive as some of the other ones, I'm not, lecturing or kind of giving information. I look at my role as kind of being able to guide through the paper writing process. So I try to make myself as available as possible through, email, my phone, even text messages with some students because it's easier, just so that we have a constant communication. I think that helps with the paper writing process, especially for students who haven't had to write a paper in a long time. And try to make it as reduce the anxiety about the paper writing process as much as possible. I think a lot of students in the capstone have found it really beneficial to be able to focus on an area that's important to them. Like I said earlier, personally, professionally, whatever that is. And I think it's helped a lot of the students with maybe even the next step in their career. So I've had several students I stay in contact with that have kind of finished our program and then moved on to another career. I think I've had the privilege to kind of help them with that, whether it's through letters of recommendation or talking to them about it. And that's one of the things that keeps me going as the professor for this course, the fact that it really is making a difference, for the students as they kind of advance in their careers or really just want to learn something new. So that's kind of what I would want to share about the capstone. I hope you find it exciting. I think it's the most exciting course because you get to kind of, write your own script for it and literally write your own paper. So I hope I'll get to see some of you in the future.
Thank you, Professor Khan. Thank you very much. And I just want to follow up on one of the points Professor Khan made when he talked about how he works with his students and he communicates with the paper during the paper writing process because he understands they haven't written, many of them have not written a paper in a while. We really know who our students are. Like we know who our students are and we know their profile and what they need. Most of our students are working students. A lot of them have been out of school for a long time. And we've managed, I believe, to put together a program that is academically and intellectually challenging, but also we work in the flexibility and cooperation that working students need, especially folks who have been out of school for a while. And I think we really hit that sweet spot. And and a lot of that is over time, like we've kind of better, with each year, we better understand our students and, we work on improving the program in a way that best serves them. And I think Professor Khan's, the way he explained how he approaches the paper writing process is a perfect example of that. So thank you once again, Professor Khan, much appreciated. Okay, just going to quickly go over graduation requirements and then we're going to talk about financial aid. So to graduate from the program, you must complete all required classes, and that's 9 classes for LLM students, 11 classes for the MA students. You must attain a grade greater than D in every course. If you receive a grade of D or lower, you must repeat the course. And you must, when you complete the program, so at the end, after you've taken all required courses, right, your GPA, your final cumulative GPA must be 3.0 or higher, and we don't round up. So 2.999 would not qualify for graduation. You must be at 3.0. And graduating students with a final GPA, placing them in the top 15% of their class, will graduate with distinction. So with that, I will now turn it over to Dana Vitale, who will talk to you about tuition and payment options.
Thanks, John. Hi, everyone. My name is Dana Vitale. I'm the Associate Director of Financial Aid for the law school. So as you'll see here, tuition is billed at a rate of $1,483 per credit. So as you saw previously, there are 2 courses in each semester. One would be a 2-credit course, one is a 3-credit course. So you're taking 5 credits per term. So that works out to be $7,415. So there's no additional fees on top of that, like the university fee or anything like that. You would just be billed that $7,415 per semester. Because you're taking 5 credits, that qualifies you to apply for federal financial aid. So our required application is the FAFSA. So if you're interested in starting in the summer or the fall, or even next spring, you would be submitting the 2022-2023 FAFSA. And I will put the link in the chat so that way you'll be able to just click that to go ahead and complete the application. If you're not interested in federal loans, you do have the option to pay per semester in full or with a payment plan. You are billed up front for the full semester. So even though there's one course followed by another course, those full 5 credits are billed prior to the start of the semester, and your payment arrangements should be in place before the class begins, for your first class begins. You do also have the option to borrow a private loan if that's something you're interested in. The majority of our students do either utilize federal loans or pay in full. We do have some that use a payment plan. It is a very good option that I'm happy to give you more information about if it gets to that point. The application fee is $24, so you'll pay that during your application, which Carol will talk about in a moment. And unfortunately, I do have to run, but I will put my contact information in the chat. And if you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to reach out.
Thank you, Dana.
Thank you.
Next up, Carol Carter. Carol, are you there? Oh, there she is. She's going to talk to you. Carol is from our admissions department, and she is going to talk to you about the application process.
Hello, everybody. Hi, thank you. Hi, everybody. So my name is Carol Carter. I am the Assistant Director of Graduate Programs here at the Law School for the Admissions Office, and I'm so happy that you guys decided to join us today. I do recognize some of the names either through email or we've chatted on the phone, so I appreciate your being here. So to apply for the program, you would apply, create a GradCast account, and you would search for Hofstra within the GradCast, and then select one of the health law and policy programs, the MA or the LLM if you are a lawyer or have your law degree from a foreign law degree. So with that, you would apply to the program. You would need a personal statement, resume. If you have recommendation letters, you can certainly attach those recommendation letters. The good thing is that there's no pre-test you need to take. You don't need to take the LSAS or the GMAT or the GRE, so that's a good thing. So the link has been posted for the GradCast account where you can set up your GradCast account. The prerequisites would be a bachelor's degree, as you know, or a law degree as well if you're doing the LLM program. If you are interested in applying, and we do urge you to, if you're willing to start in the summer or able to start in the summer, the program starts May 2nd. The deadline to apply is April 15th, which is around the corner. So if you are interested in applying for this and starting in the summer, we do urge you to get your applications in as soon as possible. And if you have a desire to start for the summer or the fall, and you want to get your application in, please email us at onlinelaw@hofstra.edu, and we can send you a fee waiver for the application fee of $24 to apply for the program if you haven't already applied for the program.
Can we put that in the chat? That email address, is that in there?
Yeah, I believe Andrew.
Perfect.
Right. Thank you, Andrew. It's onlinelaw@hofstra.edu, and we'll be able to send you the fee waiver to submit your application. And I think that's it for me. If you have any questions, you can certainly email me at onlinelaw@hofstra.edu, or my direct email account is carol.carter@hofstra.edu. I hope I haven't left anything out. If I have, please let me know if I've left anything out.
Thank you, Carol.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys.
Much.
All right, take care.
All right, so before we wrap this up, just a little additional information, some of which I think I've covered. Courses in the online health law and policy programs are taught by practicing attorney and healthcare officials. And some of those, some of the instructors are actual tenured faculty here at law schools. At the law school, some are adjuncts. But we have a nice mix of practicing attorneys teaching in the program who are on the ground on a daily basis, working with health law, and also tenured faculty who are here at the law school and researching many of the issues that are part of the health law landscape and writing about them, opining about them, either through their scholarship or in interviews and articles. Priority application deadline is for the summer is April 15th. So April 15th is the priority application deadline. And you will receive an admission decision within 7 days when you submit your completed application through GradCast. I might have mentioned earlier that the classes are asynchronous, but I just want to repeat that so that you understand what that means. The classes are asynchronous in that every week you'll have weekly assignments to do. There'll be deadlines. But you don't have to be online at a specific time. And that's where the flexibility really comes in. You have to get your work done by the deadlines, but you don't necessarily have to be online. So if you're scheduled to take a test, let's say tomorrow, you don't necessarily have to log on at 12 noon and take the test. If the deadline is 11:59 p.m., you can take that test at any time that day, right? And that same approach that same approach and structure is applied for assignments and lessons. Each class does hold weekly Zoom sessions, right, where you do meet online as a class, live via Zoom, but those are optional because we do realize that a lot of our students can't make those Zoom sessions because of other commitments. And as I've said repeatedly, we know who our students are, and we've built this program for the working student who is looking for an intellectually and academically challenging learning experience, but also needs certain flexibility in order to succeed in the program and complete the program. That's who we have tailored our program, to meet the needs of those students. So with that, I turn to you, the audience, for your questions and comments. Any questions? No? Okay. Well, if you have any questions that you'd like to ask after the meeting, perhaps there might be something that you didn't think of or something that you think is best asked privately, please feel free to reach out to the appropriate person. We've given you lots of contact information here. Reach out and we'd be always happy to discuss this program and answer your questions and hear your thoughts. So thanks again for your time. Hope everyone has a terrific day and looking forward to receiving your applications.